A warm welcome to all of you. Today we are discussing Endocrine System Part 3. Pituitary Gland. Pituitary gland is another endocrine gland. This pituitary gland also known as master gland. Other three types of endocrine gland we already learned in the last two videos. Right? Yes, this is the last endocrine gland you have to learn for examination, that is pituitary gland. Pituitary gland also known as master gland. Why pituitary gland is known as master gland? Pituitary gland control all other endocrine glands. That's why that is called master gland. Very important. Then where is the location of pituitary gland? Pituitary gland is a small projection. Here you can see it's a small projection which hang from the base of the midbrain. Here you can see this is the midbrain. This hang from the base of the midbrain below hypothalamus. Yes, you can see here below hypothalamus. Then the location of pituitary gland. It's very important question for examination. Pituitary gland is a small projection which hang from the base of the midbrain below hypothalamus. Then there are two lobes are there in pituitary gland. Two distinct lobes are there. Anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Two distinct lobes are there in pituitary gland. Anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Hormone from anterior pituitary. There are different types of hormones produced from the anterior lobe of pituitary gland. These all hormones we call it as tropic hormones. Tropic hormones means the hormones which stimulate other endocrine glands to produce their specific hormone. Yes, tropic hormones stimulate other endocrine glands to produce their specific hormone. That is called tropic hormones. Then there are different types of tropic hormones are there. We can go through that. First one, growth hormone or somatotropin, GH full form growth hormone. Due to the deficiency of growth hormone in childhood results dwarfism. Oversecretion in childhood, oversecretion of growth hormone in childhood results gigantism. Oversecretion in adults, oversecretion of GH or somatotropin in adults results acromegaly. Yes, here you can see acromegaly. The person develops a large nose compared to the normal feature. Yes, the person develops large nose and thick lips and extra growth of bones in face, hands and feet. Then here you can see dwarfism, gigantism. Yes. The another hormone produced from anterior pituitary, that is thyroid stimulating hormone or TSH. Yes, what is the full form of TSH? Thyroid stimulating hormone. What is the major function of TSH? The name itself we can find out. It activates the thyroid gland to secrete thyroxine. Yes, the next type of hormone, that is gonadotropic hormone. Gonadotropic hormone will regulate the activities of testes and ovaries. It will produce from anterior pituitary. Then adrenocorticotropic hormone or ACTH. What is the full form of ACTH? Adrenocorticotropic hormone. You can find out the function from this name. Yes, regulate the activity of adrenal cortex. Adrenocorticotropic hormone It will regulate the activity of adrenal cortex. Then these are the major hormones produced from anterior pituitary. What are they? Growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone or TSH, gonadotropic hormone. Yes, another one, adrenocorticotropic hormone or ACTH. Let us learn different types of gonad stimulating hormones or gonadotropic hormones. Mainly there are three types of gonadotropic hormones are there. What is the major function of gonadotropic hormones? It regulates the activities of gonads, that is testes and ovaries. Yes, first one, follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. The full form of FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Yes, these all are very important for examination. You have to remember. What is the major function of follicle stimulating hormone? It stimulates sperm formation in males, but in females, it stimulates egg formation. The next hormone, that is luteinizing hormone, LH. It stimulates the formation of corpus luteum to produce progesterone in females. But in males, it stimulates the testes to produce testosterone. The next hormone, prolactin. Prolactin, the main function is milk secretion. Hormones produced from posterior pituitary. Here you can see this is posterior pituitary and pituitary lobe, and this is anterior pituitary lobe. Anterior pituitary lobe produces different types of hormones to stimulate other hormones or other endocrine glands to produce hormones. Then posterior pituitary gland produces mainly two hormones, vasopressin and oxytocin. We can discuss vasopressin first. What are the major functions of vasopressin? Yes, it constricts blood vessels and the rise in blood pressure. Then the major function is it acts on the kidney, increasing reabsorption of water from the kidney tubules. Very important function, it acts on the kidney, increasing reabsorption of water from the kidney tubules. That's why the name came antidiuretic hormone, ADH, diuretic, related to kidney, right? Yes. Then due to the deficiency of ADH, what will happen? It causes diabetes insipidus or water diabetes. In that case, yes, urination is frequent. Yes, insipidus. What is the meaning of that? Diabetes insipidus. There is no sugar in the urine. Yes, there is no sugar in the urine. Insipid means tasteless. Then in that situation or in that condition, urination is frequent, the person becomes thirsty. Then what is ADH? What is the full form of ADH? Antidiuretic hormone. Another name of ADH is vasopressin. It produced from posterior pituitary. Another hormone produced from posterior pituitary, that is oxytocin. Very important hormone. Yes. What are the major functions of oxytocin? It stimulates vigorous contraction of the uterus. This is uterus. Yes. It stimulates vigorous contraction of the uterus in a pregnant mother, leading to the birth of a baby. Yes. The uterus will contract till the birth of a baby due to the action of oxytocin. Then oxytocin stimulates vigorous contraction of the uterus till the birth of a baby. Then one more function that stimulates, oxytocin stimulates milk ejection. Pituitary gland and its hormones. Overview. Pituitary gland has two lobes, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary produces four major hormones. They are growth hormone or GH, or we can say somatotropic. What is the major function of growth hormone? It is essential for normal growth. Then another hormone produced from anterior pituitary, that is adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, very important, is what is the major function of ACTH? ACTH regulates the activity of adrenal cortex. Then another hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. TSH activates thyroid to secrete thyroxine. Then the another hormone, gonadotropic hormones. These gonadotropic hormones are mainly different types. FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Then LH, luteinizing hormone. Then one more hormone is there, that is prolactin. Yes, what is the function of prolactin? Milk secretion. Yes, this is all three coming under gonadotropic hormone. It will stimulate testis and ovary. What is the function? What is the major function of gonad stimulating hormone or gonadotropic hormone? It regulates the activities of the testis and ovary. Then another lobe, that is posterior pituitary lobe, produces two major hormones. Anterior pituitary lobe produces four major hormones, but posterior pituitary lobe produces two major hormones, oxytocin and vasopressin, or another name of vasopressin, that is ADH, antidiuretic hormone. What is the major function of antidiuretic hormone? Yes, what is the major function? It acts on the kidney, increasing reabsorption of water from the kidney tubules. That is the major function of ADH. Then another hormone, that is oxytocin. Oxytocin, what is the major function? It stimulates vigorous contraction of the uterus in pregnant mother, leading to the birth of baby. Then one more function is there, it stimulates milk ejection. This is hormones and functions are very important. Yes, you have to learn this. Control of hormonal secretions. Yes, commands like saying too much, slow down, too little, speed up. Yes, this is the feedback mechanism. The body has mechanism to maintain a normal state. Yes, all of you know that whenever there is a change in this state, there are messages through the body systems to increase if there is a fall below the norm. Yes, then to slow down or to decrease if there is a rise above the normal. This kind of ordering for the opposite is negative feedback. Negative feedback to restore the normal state. Very important. Then, can you say one example? Example, thyroid stimulating hormone level. This is very good example for negative feedback. Then another type of feedback, that is positive feedback. These positive feedback mechanisms are very few. Yes, one example is that uterine contraction. Uterine contraction during child's birth. Yes, normal state of uterus is uncontracted. Right? Uncontracted. Uterus is uncontracted in the normal state. But at the time of child's birth, Yes, uterine should continuously contract. Then which hormone is helpful for? Yes, continuous contraction, oxytocin. Then in revision, exam based questions and answers. Name the following. First one, the hormone is produced by the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland, which reabsorbs water from the kidney tubules. Can you say? Yes, which hormone? ADH, antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin. Next one, an example of pituitary gland hormone helps with a negative feedback mechanism. Helps with a negative feedback mechanism. Yes, which is that? TSH level, thyroid stimulating hormone. The lobe of the pituitary that produces FSH, the lobe of the pituitary that produces FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Yes, which lobe produces follicle stimulating hormone? Anterior lobe. Right, it's a gonadotropic hormone. The hormone that stimulates milk ejection. The hormone that stimulates milk ejection, that is oxytocin. Yes, the hormone that regulates the activities to secrete milk. Yes, don't confuse with that. Yes, to secrete milk, that is prolactin, the hormone that regulates the activities to secrete milk. That is prolactin. That is also a gonadotropic hormone. But the hormone that stimulates milk ejection, which hormone? That is oxytocin. The technical term of the hormone that promotes the growth of a skeleton. Can you say that? Yes, growth hormone. What is the technical term? Somatotropin. The hormone that regulates the uterus contraction during child's birth. Oxytocin. Yes, which lobe produces oxytocin? Posterior lobe of pituitary gland. The disease caused due to the deficiency of somatotropin in childhood. This is caused due to the deficiency of somatotropin is in childhood. What is that? Dwarfism. The hormone helps for a positive feedback mechanism. Oxytocin. The disease caused due to the over-secretion of growth hormone in childhood. The disease caused due to the over-secretion of growth hormone in childhood. Gigantism. The disease caused due to the over-secretion of growth hormone in adult. Acromegaly. Write the full form of the following. First one, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. LH, luteinizing hormone. ACTH, yes, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Then TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. GH, growth hormone. ADH, antidiuretic hormone. Yes, these full forms and abbreviations are very important. This is very important question for examination. Thank you, children. Have a good day. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.